Please welcome Gorgi Coghlan. Where have you been? What have you been doing, Coggers?
Where have you been, Mama? Can I say, it's so beautiful to be back. It's like coming back and seeing a friend that you've known all your life, a big warm hug, you sit down, you're about to have maybe a little cheeky vino, and like, where do we start? Where do we start? There's so many conversations we could have.
We could literally sit here all night just catching up, and I wish we had a cheeky vino in front of us right now.
Exactly. Well, Gorgi, we'll start with what you're doing at the moment. We know how busy you are. You have your finger in so many pies, literal pies as well. You love singing. Your passion is singing, and you've got a new live show called The Motherhood. Tell us all about it.
Well, you're very kind to have me on because Mummy does need to sell tickets, everyone. And it's called The Mother Load because we've all got a load. I mean, Michael, you've got a load. And it depends on your job, like how many things you've got to do.
Oh, yeah, like a career. Yeah, that makes sense.
Career, whether you've got kids. So I was reflecting a lot about the pandemic, of how insane the load was, and the pandemic was really easy for some people at home, and then it was terrible because you had people that were working at home and their load seemed to get bigger and bigger. And I was at a school concert and we rushed in, everyone was, this was like a couple of weeks ago, we rushed in and we sat down and all the parents sort of looked at each other and we said, how are we? And everyone just looked at each other and said, we're just knackered.
Yeah.
We're just exhausted. And I reflected on that in the last sort of 6 to 12 months about how the load seems to have changed since the pandemic. Has it gotten worse? I feel like it's gone into fifth gear because you don't want to miss out on anything because we were in lockdown.
Yeah.
But so there's pros to that and there's cons to that. So it's a fun show reflecting on the mother load of motherhood that I have, but the mother load that everyone has in their lives and how it can be really joyful and how it can be really hard.
George, I've sat and worked with you for many years, and everyone that works here knows that you are very willing to sing, often for free, often without being... How are you feeling about charging people for it?
Charging, hey? Well, my daughter would argue that the tickets to my show are probably better value than when I'm making her pick up horse poo in the paddock at the moment and selling it at the front of the house. Look, I'm really excited. Oh, look, that's Tom Whitty, who is a wonderful producer here on the show.
I've got to say that I'm really happy that you're doing this, though, because I know how much the singing means to you and how much joy it gives you. So it is wonderful to see you doing it.
And also, you've chosen these beautiful up-and-coming artists, you know, like Adele, I think her name is, Lady Gaga.
Yep.
You know, how did you decide on these songs?
Well, Suze, these are the songs, I suppose, that I bop around the kitchen to. I'm in the dressing gown. I've just collected the eggs from the chickens on the farm. And they're the songs that probably just... I love a good belt and then I love something soft. So I've chosen, Adele.
Is that the costume for the show? Like the dressing ground with the eggs?
Very similar. There might be something on set like that, Michael. I like a cheeky egg or maybe a hay bale on the side that the band can sit down. So they're just songs that I just love and they've meant something in my life and I've weaved them into a show. I've chatted to the fabulous Joel Creasy because I'm not funny and I figure I need someone to inject a couple of little jokes in there. So he's been enormously generous and helped me with the script. So, next week, a week's time. So I'm in that scary phase of what the hell was I thinking, but starting to get excited. Moving out of the anxiety into the excitement.
You'll be absolutely incredible. But you're running a hotel, a farm, your new live show. I mean, you're putting all the other mums to shame, Gorgi.
Well, really, I wish, Tara. Actually, speaking of that, I put the show up on Instagram because I need to sell tickets. You know, girls got to eat.
Sure.
And Leonie on Instagram came straight in with a really helpful comment. So, you know, we all love a bit of unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
Love
Leonie
that,
informed me that you only have one child. That's not a load.
Wow.
Oh.
And I thought, isn't that great? So Leonie's now in my show and I talk about the mother load includes the judgment from others. So it was actually a beautiful gift at the time and I laughed about that and thought, isn't it funny? We do judge each other's loads, don't we, Michael?
Yeah, I would never. I personally would never want to judge anyone for anything. I'm far too hatering myself. Anyway, but we were mentioning your farm before.
Yeah.
I hear that your farm is in the process, you're turning it into sort of a mental wellness retreat.
I am.
What's going on with that?
I thought I may as well make money if I'm out in the paddock collecting poo. And I'm inviting people there to come and, I know it sounds really cliche, but come home to themselves. So workshops, Brene Brown type workshops, amazing workshops where you can discover who you are. And one of the questions that
In your house?
No, in stables. I mean, if you want to pop up for a couple while you're there, hey, that's fine. I'll have a cheeky sponge. No, we've got a separate stable area that we built.
Okay.
And you come and do these amazing workshops. Brene Brown, I'm a huge fan. Anyone that knows me in the office would have heard me rave about her over the years. Mental health workshops. Simon wants to run some where people are making pasta and men are talking about their problems and their sadness and why they're not happy, but they're making pasta because men don't like it when you sort of talk like this, one-on-one.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. You know, they always say take your son on a drive in the car because you're not looking at them. So it's really
what Mum
fun.
was doing.
That's what she was doing. So it's great. We've done a few.
Sending up to you very soon.
You know
It
what?
might be
You can
helpful,
come
to be
for some
honest.
professional development.
Yeah, I don't have any feelings, but I would love you to discover them for me.
They're handy at times. So love that. Yeah, having people there they leave in either these beautiful, I've got to say, they leave in tears because they've just had such a beautiful experience, something shifted in them, and they all get to connect with Mother Nature. Like the kookaburras are laughing, and the birds are singing. It's
Also pasta.
and pasta. So,
Yeah,
win-win.
Tickets to Georgie's One Woman Show. It's called The Motherload, beginning next Friday, are available right now. Head to our website for all the details and please thank the beautiful Gorgi Coghlan.